dots. Leave it down and then go right back to the A. You still have your third finger down because you're going to go right back to it. Put your first finger up a half step to B natural. And it's just important that you make a big enough distinction between the B flat and the B natural. You don't want it to be ambiguous as to what note you're playing. Alright, in the next measure, start up bow, in third position, open A, and then 1 for the D. We want to be on the A string there, and then we're going to use the open E to go back to first position. Okay, on here, just make sure that when you cross to the E string, that you really drop your elbow, and you should drop it while you're playing the note before. While you're playing the D, you should be dropping your arm so that you're already prepared for the E string. It takes slow practice to learn these little techniques I'm giving you, but it's important because otherwise you're going to get frustrated. It doesn't matter how much practice you do on these runs, it's always going to have coordination problems, and it's always going to sound unclear. So, but if you practice these things that I'm giving you slowly, and you do them a lot, you'll be able to play this with a lot of coordination and good sound. Now, after you hit this first B, you're going to shift to third position, and you're going to play the next several measures all with a second finger. You can do a continuous vibrato. With just a slight separation of the bow, and the vibrato can continue as if you're playing one long B. So I'm going to play again this last run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now 152, same note. Even though it looks like a different note, the C flat is the same note as the B you just played. So you don't have to change fingers or anything. Now I'm on the next line, and we're going to bring the second finger down a half step to a B flat, and then first finger for A flat, and then cross over, fourth finger for G flat, and then third finger, which is a whole step from where your fourth finger just was, and it actually is on an F flat, which is the same as E, so it should ring as like your open E. That's how you can tell that your F flat's in tune. And then second finger right underneath that for the E flat. And then first finger is a whole step down for the D flat. Cross over fourth finger for the C flat, which should be in the same place as your fourth finger was on the A string when you played the G flat. Third finger, B flat is a half step from the C flat, and then a whole step to the A flat. So I'll just play those notes slowly. This is an important one just for intonation. So from 152, you have the B and C flat, and then you have B flat, so you have to practice that a lot to make sure it's in tune. Again, the F flat is a ringing note since it's an E, and so that's a good checkpoint to make sure you're on track. Alright, I'll play one more time from 152. Okay, now I'm going to skip to the next 16th note passage. It starts up bow, fourth finger for the E, and then open A, and then the next A is a fourth finger. You want to use a détaché bow, so scrub with constant bow pressure and just above the middle of the bow, very small bow strokes so you can play fast enough. And try to have a nice length on the quarter note at the end with some vibrato. Get a good ring on the E. Next measure starts up bow again. Yeah, not a lot to say about that one. And then up bow again on the A. Okay, not a lot to say there either. Alright, now we go to third position, starting up bow. And now double each note. Go to first finger on the D. Now you're in sixth position. Then an F with a third finger. And then an F sharp with a third finger, just a half step higher. And so that's 168. So let me play that last run again from the B, which is in third position. Now, make sure